Yeah, and I'm about to take you people on the assertion in Selenium. Though some of you must have been familiar with it, but let me take you through about it and see what is going on. So, assertion, when we see assertion, that is we've been validating our test scenarios. So, which means that at the end of each scenario, you need to assert. That is you are confirming that what you are testing is actually behaving the way it's supposed to be behaving. So in Selenium, assert validations, or it can also be called a checkpoint for an application. Assertions state confidently that application behavior is working as expected. Assert in Selenium validates the automated test cases that help software testers understand if tests have passed or failed. So also you can use various assertion methods provided by testing frameworks like NUnit, MS Test, or XUnit, which I know that some of us here we are familiar with. In Selenium C#, there is what we call hard assertions, soft assertions, and fluent assertions. So all these assertions are used for validating web applications. These are implemented in verifying the application behavior at critical stage of the testing. So what it's talking about is that in assertion, we normally say, oh, assertion, let me assert this scenario, let me do that. That is after our darkened syntax, that is a given when, then. So after the then, you need to assert your test cases to make sure that it's behaving very well. So that is what he's talking about here. That's all these assertions are used for validating web applications. These are implemented in verifying the application behavior at a critical stage of the testing. Coming to add assertions, these are the default assertions in Selenium. When a hard assertion fails, you throw an exception and stop the execution of the test. This is useful when you want to halt the execution if a critical test step fails. And the example of the hard assertion is written here, where we have assert.equal drive.title quotation expected title. So in this, if you use this type of code in your to assert a particular page or to assert an element, it's saying that if this title of the current page is not expected title, so the test will stop and throw an exception. So at the first execution of your test case, if you have many assertions here, what add assertion does is that it will just stop immediately. You reach it execute the first one, it will fail it instead of going to the last test. It will just fail it straight away. It will abort the test for you. Soft assertion. These are used when you want to continue with the test execution, even if a certain condition fails. Instead of throwing an exception, it collects all the failed assertions and throws them at the end of the test. This is useful when you want to check multiple conditions in a single test and report all the failures at once. The example of soft assertion are whereby you have to initialize the soft assert like we normally do when we want to call a page in the step definition. So it will be soft assert equal driver title expected titles. So in this example, even if the title of the current page is not expected title, the test will continue to the next line. At the end of the test, if there were any failed assertion, it will be thrown as a single exception. Difference between hard and soft assertions. Test execution will be aborted if the assert condition is not met. That's one. In the soft assertion, the test execution will continue till the end of the test cases, even the assert condition is not met. So the difference here is that on the hard assertion, the test will be aborted if the assert condition is not met in the first scenario to abort it, while the soft assertion will continue until the last end. This does not have to invoke any method to capture the assertion. For the soft assertion, to view the assertion result, or at the end of the test, the tester has to invoke assert for method. Number 3, the assertion is an expression that is used to check the expected and actual result of a test case. It is used to make sure that the actual result matches the expected result. While in soft assertion, verification is a process of validating or confirming that the expected behavior of the application is happening. Third one, opening the web like prep major and matching page title with expected title and verifying if the required web elements are being displayed or not. If the URL is incorrect, then the assertion should be thrown. So, which means like prep major website or mentors kit, if you are validating, you want to make sure that you are on the particular website after login. You have an assertion when you click on the submit button. So you want to verify that you are on the real website of Prep Major. But if the URL does not match what you have, it will throw the assertion. It will abort the test. It will fail it straight away. So, but for the soft assertion in e-commerce website, when the order is being placed, the soft assertion can be used to verify the number of cart items. If the number of the cart items matches with the one user expected value, then the test is passed. And if not, the test is noted and the test execute continues. Hard assertion disadvantages. So the behavior, hard assertion are the traditional and default assertion where the test stop as soon as assertion fails. Advantage, simple and straightforward. Stop the test execution immediately upon the first assertion failure, which can be useful for identifying issues earlier in the test. The advantage of the hard assertion is very straightforward, and it helps us to know that, okay, for the first execution, if the assertion is not okay, to fail the assertion, then we can know that, okay, let's identify the issue at the early stage of our test. Disadvantage, the downside is that if there are multiple assertions in the test execution stop after the first failure. For example, it's like what we are trying to do for Edge the other day that we are trying that is, so it logins, but at the end of the day, the element is not clickable. So that is what hard assertion the disadvantage is here. Tester might not get a comprehensive view of all the issues in a single test run. And to view the assertion result at the end of the tester has to invoke assert all method. Soft assertions advantage and disadvantage. The behavior. Soft assertion allows the test to continue even an assertion fails. All assertions are executed, and at the end of the test, a summary of all failures is reported. Advantage. Allows you to collect multiple assertion failures in a single test run, providing a more comprehensive view of the test result. Like this, if you really want to get the code, is an advanced code that you use to get all the test results in one single result. Disadvantage requires additional setup or use of third party. Here, you normally use third party for the nugget packages. Second advantage, helpful for scenarios where you want to report all the issues in a test rather than stopping at the first failure. Disadvantage, it might be challenging to identify issues if there are multiple failures, since the test continues execution after each assertion. These are the assertions that we have. All these ones are the common ones which some of you might be familiar with. Number one, we have assert equals. Assert dot equals is used to check if two values are equal. If they are not, the test fails. And this is the code to use in your test class. But normally you can use all this code in your step definition, but in the end unit, you always use it in the test module. In this example, the test will pass if the actual title of the page is equal to the expected page title. Like this particular one, you can use it to assert a page title or website. That is the URL of the website. Number two, assert not equals. Assert not equals method is used to check if two values are not equals. If they are equal, the test fails. That means if you are doing comparison within the two values here, so what is they shouldn't be equal. That is assert not equal. But if they are equal, the test will be failed. So this is the code to use for that. String actual title is equal to driver dot title. String not expected title is equal to quotation mark not expected page title. They now use assert are not equal, not expected title. That is your string here with actual title, which is your string actual title here. Here you have your driver, but I'll be showing you in the code in a short time. In this example, the test will pass if the actual title of the page is not equal to the not expected title. That is not expected page title here. Number 3, assert dot is true. This is used to check if a condition is true. If the condition is not true, the test fails. We use bool here. Bool means return something which is yes, which is false or true. When we use bool, bool is element visible is equal to driver dot find element by ID or by name or by link test or by partial link test or by CSS dot displayed. Then you now say assert dot is true is element visible. What is trying to say here is that you are trying to check if an element is visible or not. So in this example, the test will pass if the element with the ID, with this ID, you can change it to name, you can change it to CSS, you can change it to any of the locator, is visible. Number 4, assert false. Assert dot is false. It's used to check if a condition is false. If the condition is not false, the test fails. This is the code. Bool is element visible is equal to driver dot find element by ID. It can be by any of the locators dot displayed. You now use assert dot is false is element visible as your assertion. In this example, the test will pass if the element with the ID element is not visible. The is element visible variable will be true if the element is visible and false if it's not. The assert dot is false method is then used to check whether the element is not visible. If it is visible, the assertion will fail and the specified message will be displayed. Number 4, assert contains. Assert does that is used to check if a string contains a specific substring. The string variable with actual text is equal to driver dot find element by any of the locator, either ID, names, CSS expert dot test. Assert dot that actual text, comma does dot contain in bracket quotation expected test. So in this example, the test will pass if the text of the element with the ID element contains the string expected test. Also, the assert.that method combined with does contain check if the actual test contains the expected test. If it doesn't, the assertion will fail and the specified message will be displayed. This particular assertion is good when you want to assert a message. Maybe you register on a particular website and they give you a confirmation saying that, oh, congratulations, you are welcome to Prep Major website or to Mentorspace website. You have to assert to make sure that the actual message that after you make your registration, so you can use this to assert it, to validate it if it is true or not. So we have fluent assertion. The fluent assertion is a popular assertion library available in C#. It helps you write assertions in unit test method that are both simple and expressive. The library contains a set of extension methods you can use to specify the desired outcome of a unit test method in a natural way that is easy to comprehend, but also keep your code readable, clean, and simple. With this one, If you want to create a new project, you find out that in your when you click on tool manage nugget package, it's always come with it. It's always come with the spec flow. This Fluent assertion, you see the nugget package there in the Fluent assertion there is there. So, and if you want to use, you have to add the using, which is the Fluent assertion using at the top of your code on the page. So Fluent assertion advantage and disadvantage is the readability. Fluent assertion makes your assertion more readable and expressive. Disadvantage is learning curve. Fluent assertion may have a learning curve for developer or tester who are new to the testing framework or library. While the intention is to improve readability, some developers or testers may find it unfamiliar. Because most of us, that are new, the number one, which is the unit assertion, those are the ones that we are familiar with. So most of us, we are not familiar with the Fluent assertion, and the Fluent assertion is very easy to learn. But the Fluent assertion is the one that normally comes with driver.title.contains, brackets, and you put the website there or the title of the page there. Instead of saying that assert dot is true, open bracket, closing bracket, quotation, the website itself, which is this here. Instead of writing this is the hard assertion. Instead of writing this assertion here, assert dot are equal, expected title dot driver dot title, which is used to check if two values are equal. You can use Fluent assertion, very easy. Just say driver in your page object. Just say driver dot title dot should be expected title. You can put your URL here. You can put the title of a page here. Very simple. Instead of using this, but the two are okay. This is the Fluent assertion. Why this one is the hard assertion? So thank you. Let's now go. If you have any question before I go to the code, to experiment it for you people here. Any question?